Hello, future friends. Welcome back to my lady Neve. Neve speaking here, and we are back to Levi in Strangerville Let's Play. And this time, we are going to basically spend some time building Levi's place for him. So we have bought one of those empty lots in Strangerville. It's actually my first time playing Strangerville, and I find it to be very odd because Levi starts off with very little money in this one for some reason. And so the furnished lots that are in the town is not available for him to buy, but the empty lots in the more nicer parts of the area is cheaper, and so he can actually afford it. So I did end up buying one of those empty lots, but we will be using another way to build it because obviously with so little money he will just end up with a cot somewhere. And at this Let's Play is not a rags to riches game for now. So we will do a little bit of a build and buy session for this video. Okay, so let's read a little bit about our introduction to Strangerville. So, welcome to Strangerville. The only thing stranger than the people is the flora. Soon after moving in, the town's slogan is starting to make sense to you. Some of the locals are acting a bit suspicious, and there's a large number of military and scientists in town. Try asking people about Strangerville. They might be able to shed some light on this strange situation. Yeah, it is a very interesting, and I am kind of curious to see what's happening with Strangerville. I am wondering if how replayable this scenario is. Are there different endings? Are there different comments? I am not sure. Um, I've seen mixed reviews, not necessarily of Strangerville, of just Sims 4 in general, and a lot of comments seems to be that it's kind of shallow. I am not sure what that means because, like I said, I tend to play RPGs, and so I'm not sure how you can build a game that has a storyline, but it being a bit shallow. So, well, we'll see how it happens. And I have to admit, I am terrible at finishing games. So we will see because I unfortunately have a not so good attention span, and sometimes playing Sims can be frustrating for me because I have to make so many choices that I feel are not necessary, and so it kind of delays the game for me. So we'll see how it goes, and hopefully we'll have fun, and we'll be able to get a decent but not overly expensive house for Levi. So let us get started. So I'm just going to click OK. Oh, this is such a beautiful lot. Like, that's actually one of the reasons I decided to choose uh, Strangerville, because it's such an interesting and different lot, and it's so pretty. I've always wanted to travel to the Grand Canyon, and to Utah, where you have all these are they called mesas? I'm not sure, but these kinds of like red orange views. I have been to Las Vegas, but when I went, I've only been there once. I was pretty much focused on just viewing as many casinos as I want. Oh, nice. There's some jet action there. Oh my god. What on earth is that? That oh, oh, oh. Wow. That is Okay, I'm getting shivers down my spine. Is this a zombie apocalypse scenario? The guy is like he's being tortured to death. What on earth is happening to him? I am scared to talk to him just in case he accidentally jumps us. Oh my gosh, oh wow. Okay. And I chose the lot furthest from all the other houses because I thought, because like I said, Levi is a bit more of a loner. And yeah, that is extremely unexpected. Oh, okay. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, so this is so cute, so adorable. It actually reminds me once of when I visited with my family, one of my parents' coworkers, and they found this place that is basically on a hillside or a mountainside, and instead of building their house on the mountainside the way most people do, they decided to excavate the inside of this tiny little mountain or hill or whatever, and kind of built their house partially underground. And so there's a little part that stands up, and then there's a little part that goes underground, and it was amazing. So the underground area had natural cavern walls, and it was cool. And they even set up a tiny little area with plants, and then they had a skylight, so that part there was a so there was a part of the ground that was just a skylight, and they had the things going there naturally. And it, I don't really have many dream houses, but that is definitely one of them. Oh, what is this person? Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Why are they all like that? Look at their eyes. Holy guacamole. I am full of regrets. So many regrets. I haven't even done the build by yet. Ooh, they're literally making my skin crawl. I do not know how long I can actually play this. Let's play if everybody is like this. Oh my god, and their eyes are holy crap. And one of them's even a military. Okay, let's try talking to them. Um and let's see what they say. Let's try talking to Leslie, and let's try talking to Vernon. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Oh, oh my gosh. I think this is scarier than if I was playing with the spooky and the paranormal play. Join us, consume the fruit of the mother and no peace. Okay. Water is love, water is life. Yeah, Levi, I feel you. I want us to just be with our llama. What are all these strange people doing here? Um, let's see what other options we might have. We cannot invite our neighbors in because we have nothing to invite them in to. And what is that? This wild bizarre plant. We have a wild bizarre plant that is suddenly popping up in our household. Why do we suddenly have wild bizarre plants? And there's two, three, four of them. I'm pretty sure this is the fruit of the mother. Join us in the crater. Thank God they are all leaving. They are making me want to do this really strange jerky movements. Uh, I feel like I should probably have watched other people do Strangerville Let's Play because I feel so unprepared. Okay, so they are finally gone. We never ended up with the fruitcake. Considering the people bringing them, I think we dodged a bullet there. So anyway, let us go to manage worlds and let us just go to manage worlds. Oh my gosh. And yeah, as you can see, this is the lot. So yeah, so this is my frustration because there's a few it looks like there's some here that's empty. So there's this Carpophagus corner, but it's 18,000, really. And then there's this one, Cahill. Although this one looks like somebody is living in there and we can't actually live there. Oh, this Slip 42, 14,000. So, yeah, and then there's Eight Bells, a bar. There's the Strangerville Plaza, so this is where locals like to hang out. You can find the scientists at the library, military personnel at the bar, and the curio shop near the trailer park. Interesting. I'm always interested in curios. You can buy some strange odds and ends here, and you can find all the information you need. Okay, so here's our library, and this is the secret lab. Okay, so and then let's take a look. So we have Roswell, and we've already met Ted, who was the first person to find us and has probably reported us to the cult, and that's why they all of a sudden went to visit our house. There is the Eclectic Arts household. Yeah, one of them was the girl. I think was she Leslie? I think she was one of them who basically ambushed us. And then we have Plateau Place. Oh, 102,000, so almost 103,000. It's actually kind of interesting because I do like watching Sims 4 YouTube videos. Well, I've liked the few that I've watched, and some of the comments is that a lot of them like to build big houses and big suburban style houses. I've never really liked big houses. It actually, big houses creep me out. There's too many empty space. So actually, they're not my preferred method of play. I tried building a big house once in Sims 4, and I just didn't enjoy it. So one of the packs that I will want to install soon is probably the tiny living, because I do tend to make tiny little spaces. I do have the get to work pack, and even the store I made was so cramped that everybody was squeezing in it. All the customers were squeezing in it, and I don't know, I just find that so much more enjoyable than like having this massive space. Even if you could ideally put more stuff in a massive place. And yeah, I tend to do like a build that is a bit more messy. So yeah. So we'll see how we get. Okay. So this area is called the Shady Acres. Well, considering the residents, very very shady for sure. Pristine, secluded, and nestled high atop a plateau, Shady Acres is home to the more wealthy locals of Strangerville. Curious how some of them came into their wealth. Um, Probably because they all belong in the one cult. And I play Diablo Floor, and this, the fact that they keep calling it mother, it really brings back the whole mother culture thing that is going on in Diablo 4. And yes, there I might end up showing you guys some of the Diablo 4 Let's Play. But I have to admit, I am not the best gamer. So there's a chance you will see me die a ton as I play. And I am also not the kind of gamer that is always chasing after the best gear, etc. I tend to be more of, I guess, what could be considered a life player, wherein I like more, um, kind of more a relaxing play. So even though I'm not necessarily a cozy gamer per se, I tend to lean towards that mindset. So yeah. So anyway, going back to here, so let's pick our lot and let us work with it. So we are going to go build. Um, and if you go to manage worlds and then go build, hold on. Let's go back to manage worlds. Um, what I've kind of noticed with that is that if I go back to here and go, oh, I didn't even know this. So you can manage your household, evict your household, and move out your household. So if I go here and, oh, and here we can set up our info panel, our lot detail panel. Okay, and let's build. Okay. Um, what I was hoping was I would hopefully get one of those dollar sign things. Sorry, the infinity symbol things. Because I want to be able to have the freedom to build without worrying about the cost. So we will see. And there's some really nice builds here. Oh no. I really don't want to end up. Okay, I will do something else instead. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build it here, build our house here, because yes, there's the infinity symbol, and I might save it to our library and then transport it back to that area. Although, yeah, one of the reasons I didn't choose this one was because it's right next to this big house, and I didn't think Levi would enjoy living directly in front of a big house like that. So let us just see what we can work with. So let's get started. Let's build our walls. So I am still a newbie builder, really. I will not necessarily make the best. I don't necessarily use very sophisticated tools per se because I am still learning, um, and I really struggle a lot with. I actually I think this is large enough. Okay. So generally speaking, with regards to building, I have played wherein I had them set up. I had them wherein I had them set up. Um, how do I say this? I had them set up with a second floor. However, I found the going up and down the floors to be kind of annoying for me. And so I find that if at all possible, I just prefer to just have them work with just to just work with just one floor. So yeah, so we'll that's probably what we're going to do. And uh, let's set our walls. I tend to like my walls to be brick, and I usually try to choose more aged bricks. Let's see how this works. Or maybe because we are in this area, maybe yeah, maybe this is a bit better, although it's a little too orange. Do they not have one wherein it's not so orange? It's kind of very blah. More log cabin aesthetic. Mm, I almost feel like log cabins actually cost more, generally speaking, or should cost more. S- Okay, so let's deal with that. And yeah, so I apologize if you guys think this is a really basic build, but I hope you guys stick with it with me. Um, and so, like I said, Levi is, I feel like, the kind of guy that, you know, he has unexpected things, and so he would be the kind of person who would basically like to surprise people with his tastes. Let's see if we can just. Oh, yeah, okay. And yes, I will cheat on the build mode, primarily because I'm so used to it. So let's just. Here's some of the ones that I use. And uh, I know there's the debug options, but I actually struggle using debug items. So I'm not, I tend not to put them in my builds. Um, do I want yeah, I always struggle finding good windows because I almost always kind of gravitate to the same kinds of windows over and over again. Um, I kind of maybe will not do it this way. So let's put another wall because I feel it's too. There. There. That will do. Then I don't have it so. Okay, okay. Then we have kind of like walls with weird shapes to kind of add a little bit of visual interest to our structure. And I know this will be a pain to roof, so we'll just see. We'll just do a rough, we'll just see how we go with regards to design. Uh, kind of like, I really like these kind of old style doors, but I always feel like I do wonder whether they're appropriate for front doors. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So I tend to go, as you probably already guessed, because I like the cottage living pack. I tend to go more country in terms of my setup, my furniture, and everything. But I kind of like the idea of a more modern look to our Strangerville house, primarily because of how it is set up. Like the area itself and the fact that we already have some very strange folks kind of visiting us. So, why are these doors, these windows so small? Actually, okay, so I'm just enlarging them. They do make things look kind of interesting. Okay, there. Maybe not too far away from each other. And maybe kind of walls did I have? Oh, that's why. I'm like thinking, how come they look so strange and so tall? Um, okay, there. Yeah, there the walls are not the. Okay, now that's a bit more reasonable, I think. Oh, I think I do want the windows to be lower. Okay. And then with regards to windows in other places, we are going to place them, but and this one already has a window. This one, let's put the window here. Okay, there. Okay, so now, okay, okay, so now the roofing. I always do the roofing first because it then I can just get away from it. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to think about it too hard. So yeah. So what we're going to do, I am wanting to use this, but I've never really used platforms before. Oh, hold on, where's that? Okay, so I'm going to set up a little platform here, and the idea with this platform is that I am going to... Can I cut this platform off? Will it not let me? Or do I have no choice but to have it hanging like that? No, I don't want... no, let's... No. Mm, why can I not find one that I like? Not bad. Okay, so let me see if I can chop this off. Let me just see if I can use the tool to get that. Okay, fine. Good, excellent. I was able to apply that. So let me just see if I can get the fencing set up. Okay, good, 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 good. Okay, yeah, I think fence is great. And now let's see if we can put stairs so we have it leading to that fence. Let's see if we can find... Okay, can I have it going around? There. There, so like a little hidden thing, and let's have a little fence door. Hopefully there's a nice one that matches. Why did this fence disappear? Okay, so I guess we cannot have a door. So I guess that's just open. Okay, okay, let's live with it. Um, ever since I started doing build and buy in Sims, I do find that when I go driving nowadays, I naturally start looking at how the houses in the areas I'm driving in are set up. And and I'm just now, I mean, I've always loved houses, and maybe that's the reason why, even though I struggle with the gameplay in Sims, I really am surprisingly enjoying the building aspect of Sims. Which, to be honest, really did surprise me because I have played games like Animal Crossing, etc. And there was a time, and everybody got super into the whole building houses in Animal Crossing, and I tried so hard, but it was actually super tough for me to enjoy building houses in Animal Crossing because terrain, the whole terrain aspect, just I just could not handle it. Um, I do have ADHD, and that just it was just triggering my ADHD, like literally triggering my ADHD. So I just could not bear it. I don't know about this. Let's maybe if I have this instead extending, and then yeah, I just could not stand playing with it for a long period of time. Okay, so I don't know how to fix this clipping thing going. I don't know how to fix it. Because if I have this like that, it still does it. And if I have it extending out, then my stairs disappear. So, I will sometimes just live with it, I think. Actually, this looks so odd. Let's just is it which one was better? Was it that I extended this, or was it better if I extend this? And then let's, let's try this. Let's extend that out. And let's, mm, maybe I'll just do. Sorry, I was so quiet because roof building in Sims really drives me up the wall. I find it so frustrating. That's one of the reasons I do it right away, because I find that it's so hard to get it to work like it should logically work. It's just not want to work logically. That's the problem. And I really should probably spend time learning some of the little shortcuts. I know I was watching a video by Little Simsy, and she was going over roofing, and I did watch it. And but even though I've watched it, watching it doesn't necessarily translate to me being able to do it. So, yes. So we have weird things happening that can cause life to be not easy. Maybe I've never really used the hipped roof technique. So, but maybe I should. I mean, the other one wasn't working, so maybe this one will. Hold on, what did I choose? How did I get this to be? Okay, let me see if I can just. Can I just. I cannot just copy this thing. How did I get that to work? No, I think I was using the half-hipped roof. Oh, I see. I think they need to face that. And like that. And then just lower it so that. Okay, okay. Too low, maybe? Okay. Okay, yeah, then I end up with this little pyramid style house. Not the most attractive. I wonder if maybe I can. Okay, that's. Yeah, yeah, okay. Just to add a bit of a visual look to our. So our house looks like it has cat ears. Okay, maybe just one side, and then. Okay. And let's see if we can add some other things to make our house look not so much. Ooh, yeah, I forgot you can add these things so that it, although I do feel like I almost feel like I want to scrap this build because I feel like it's too huge. It's too not Levi. So, let me just go down. I feel like maybe I'll take that out. Um, okay. Okay, and let's bring this back in a little bit. Okay, I'm actually wondering if I should just have the entire roof as a platform kind of look, like he's living in a container house, and maybe just have it all like extend like this. And let's just see if I can just fix it so that I'm just going to delete this. Oop, I deleted the wrong thing. What? Okay, there. And let me just see if I can just set that up again. Okay, let me see if I can set up a door first. Maybe that'll help me set up. Okay, and now I want the fence. I want the chain link fence. Where is the chain link fence? Okay, there, that is more reasonable. And then on this side, let's see what are our options with regards to roofing. Maybe if I go maybe the other way around. Okay, yeah, I think this is more interesting visually. And more, generally speaking, something that I find a bit more attractive. So yeah, so unfortunately I think I do want it to cut on the fence. Either that or I have to change the fence so that it's not so high. Maybe that is better. Ooh, ooh, that is, I think, much better. Let me just... Yeah, I think that is much better. Then it's a bit more of just an open space, and now we have this weird window thing. We have this weird thing happening with the window. So this is actually my first build wherein I'm working with the roof being just a platform. So it is strange and interesting. Do I want a basement? I almost feel like I should, because this is Strangerville after all. But basements are a bit tough to work with. I have I've tried and I find them to be difficult to set up. So, and maybe I am just missing and these columns, none of them, oh, well, I was going to say none of them are very appealing per se, but maybe they are. Although do I want this column right there, or do I want it a little bit inside? I wish I can get a yeah, I feel like it's probably best like that. But I really don't like how it looks. Maybe I'll change it. I mean, I kind of like how it looks, but I feel like it's doesn't quite match. Okay, I think this is a better match. Okay. Okay. So now we have a little thing going, and we are going to just uh, try to set it up so that yeah, there. So then that's good. And with regards to the roofing design, in pink, yeah, maybe pink because we are in Strangerville, and shades of red seems to kinda actually maybe yes, I think maybe not, maybe not. Yeah, I feel like he probably will go more corrugated, because this is meant to be kind of like a cheaper house. Let's make it a little bit higher. Okay, yeah, it's meant to be a cheaper house. I might put a little cute window thing happening there. And I had this colored green, but I am not sure. I do tend to like my things to be a bit matchy matchy, I have to say. Or maybe not necessarily matchy matchy, but at least somewhat within the same color families. Yeah, so I think that works. I might end up moving this window here and then having this one more centered. I think this is doable. Okay, so now let's set a floor here. Um, it is a roof, so I'm always kind of like, on the one hand, I really like these rocky wool roofs. Oh, okay. I've never really used these gravel, but actually, they would not be a bad setup as part of your platform. Yeah, so I think that we will do it that way. Okay, okay. I'm quite happy with how this turned out. Um, I feel like, where would the sun be? So in terms of okay, because I feel like I do want to set up a little roof enclosure here, like a little pavilion. Is there a little pavilion? No, no pavilions. We can just manually create pavilions by using columns, I guess. Like, let's just do a cute little pavilion. Okay. Um, and this could just be where he would, you know, he would hang out, but not always be in the direct sunlight. And let's just put another platform roof on it. Okay, yeah, there. And then let's just decorate it with, so it'll be wood. Okay, that's kind of strange. Actually, maybe I will do one of these ones on that, yes. And let's see if we can have that. No. See, I don't know why they leave the pillar not fully covered. That to me doesn't really make sense. Okay. So yeah. So we're just going to, okay, and we are just going to use the wood. Where is, why? No. So strange. So oh. Okay, why? Okay. Okay, fine. Let's just see. Just have this in a different shade. Then let's just have this in the, where's our roof pattern? Let's just have dark reds. Okay, yeah, I think that's okay. Yeah. And now we can start furnishing. So some of my favorite bits is just being able to furnish things. And let's just set him up with just a wooden seat here. And maybe just a basic patio. Yeah, just a little wooden seat, and let's just start furnishing it with plants. So I'll put a little cooler here for him. I know I'm kind of tempted to put a little barbecue grill, but I think that's too expensive. Instead, maybe I'll just put a little fireplace so that if he does want to cook, he has a little fireplace set up. And I think I will have him set up a little horseshoe thing to play with. Or yeah, I think a little horseshoe thing. It's something a little unexpected, but you know, it's for him a way to have fun. Um, and I will also put little activity things for him here. Let's see if I can find some plants. Where are all my plants? Okay, so let's start. I always love this little bathtub thing. I feel like it's one of those things that, you know, it's so. It's just something that I think the only people who love plants will think of. Um, and I think it kind of fits the Strangerville aesthetic in terms of you're basically recycling the like recycling tubs, and so you know, well, maybe we'll go with the muddy one, then we'll go with one that is, we'll go with two muddy ones. Okay, and I also want, so I want him to have, yeah, so let's have a couple, let's have a couple of these. Let's see if we can have them in different shades. Okay, and okay. Mm, yeah, let's have it set up like that. And just basically, so just a little quiet spot for him to just relax. And let's put some of the things he's made here, so I actually hardly ever use the cactuses um, in plants, because primarily, like, I've been playing with the cottage living location, and it always feels strange to put plants there because of how things go. Like, basically, sorry, it looks kind of, it feels kind of strange to have like um, to have cactuses. I always feel like cactus, and I should not feel this way, because I mean, I live in a fairly cold country, and lots of people have succulents. Um, so there's lots of succulents that live. You don't always have to be in a hot place to have succulents. So, but yeah, I just don't know. I just feel a little strange. Maybe too many of these. Should I just have one central one? I feel like one central one is not quite enough, but because I feel like, with terms of plants, I feel like he is a, he does enjoy having them, and so um, I wouldn't say it's necessarily too extra for him to have a ton of them. And these ones, I just realized, actually, these tiny little, I just realized that they actually, I always thought they was just one dog, but just different colors of dogs, but they actually changed to different animals. And so I think it's nice. They add a little bit of that cookie effect that I feel is actually um, his aesthetic. So yeah, and I think I might put a garden plot. Now, I know I wasn't going to do gardening, but I'll just put it here, so that I'll just put it there, not necessarily for him to use, but um, more for more for how do I say this? More to kind of add, I guess, to the aesthetic. Okay, so yeah, so there it is. So I think this is decent enough for like a little garden oasis at the top. With regards to what we put here, I think we're going to put a woodworking table. Where is his woodworking table? Because he is going to be handy, and I might have him crafting. I do not know. I always put a woodworking table, but I never really end up using it, because for some reason I've always thought it was part of the like I've always kind of thought it was how do I say this, that it just had to do with the it just had to do with how it's set up. That's what I thought. So yeah. So okay. So actually, what I might do is I might put the woodworking table after we end up shifting this house, because I'm a little concerned that anything I put now will end up not being able to be carried forward. So I'm just going to feel like, should I put a little couple little windows here just to make it look not so bare, or does it look, I think it looks stranger with the windows than without. So let's just take that away. And now let's add some of the wall scratches. I wonder if you can add wall scratches at the outside. So I don't really live in a brick house, so I always kind of wonder what would like what would actually stick with it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I'm so sad. I just remembered that the reason that I uninstalled the vampire, like any of the paranormal packs, because I felt that they did not really fit in this world, although now I'm kind of like they probably do fit much better than I think. um but because of that, I don't have the ability to put in these cute the scratches and the bullet holes and the things on the walls. I am so sad. Oh no. And I know, and then if I do install them, I have to then redo the house. I don't know, can I just install it and put the house in? Oh, okay, now I'm super sad, but let's just work with what we have. Okay, so I think this video has gone on long enough. You've heard me babbling too much. So we have accomplished some things. Okay, we've had a meeting with our weird cult-like members who I feel are on their first stage of the zombification process, and we've kind of built a nice and strange little house. And the next, so we have the exterior fairly figured out, and then in the next video, I think we'll spend time decorating the inside. So thank you, friends, for joining me. I hope you've been enjoying this Let's Play so far. And our next one, we will try to tackle the inside of the house. And then maybe we'll finally get Levi to move in. And also, I need to remember to put in his llama. So, yeah, so I'll see you in the next video, friends. Thank you.